From the NBC studios in Burbank, California, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Featuring Branford Marsalis and The Tonight Show Band. Tonight, Jay welcomes Billy Crystal. The music of Shanice. And economic correspondent Robert Krulwich. I'm Ed Hall. And now, Jay Leno.
In 30 years. This, of course, is The Tonight Show, the one TV program Dan Quayle hates even more than Murphy Brown. Yeah. Sure you all know about this. Dan Quayle, very upset with the TV program Murphy Brown. He says the idea of Murphy Brown giving birth as a single parent is damaging to the morals of our youth. Well, I think that's unfair, huh? I mean, I don't see him criticizing Porky Pig and Donald Duck for running around all those years with no pants on, huh? Sure, how about that? In fact, I'll tell you, Quayle was quite serious about this. He says Murphy Brown giving birth out of wedlock mocks the importance of fathers. In fact, Quayle said just the other day, where would I have been without my father? Where? Probably Vietnam, huh? There's one thing you can say about Murphy Brown you can't say for sure about Dan Quayle. At least we know she'll be back in the fall. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But not just Republicans. Democratic candidate Bill Clinton said he is also troubled by the amount of sex portrayed on television. Clinton says where he comes from, sex is a deeply personal matter between a candidate and his campaign volunteers. Yeah, it's just... deeply personal. You know something? You know, the most annoying thing about this campaign is we still don't know where the candidates stand on the issues. I mean, all we know for sure is that Ross Perot hasn't said anything, Bush hasn't done anything, and Clinton hasn't inhaled anything. That's all we know. We got some Perot fans here, probably? Well, the latest polls show Ross Perot is ahead of all the other candidates. You know, it seems the less Perot says, the more popular he gets. This is a point Dan Quayle has yet to grasp. Don't say anything. But enough about the candidates. Have a lot of out-of-towners here? Folks came from out of town? All over the place. Let me be the first to welcome you to Los Angeles, or as President Bush calls it, Operation Desert Storm, the home game. You know, it was amazing to me that we had federal troops stationed on the streets of Los Angeles. In fact, you seen those new recruitment posters? Join the Army and see Hollywood Boulevard. I'll tell you one thing, it was great for Bob Hope. It was the first time in his career he was able to entertain the troops while standing on his back porch, you know? You know what I like? I like when the presidential candidates take advantage of this kind of thing. Do you all see the candidates touring the riot-torn areas? Well, here's the part that was interesting to me. After the candidates walked through the area, the looting stopped. You know what I'm saying? After the candidates walked through, people stopped looting. I guess they figured once politicians have been through a place, there's nothing left to steal. You know, that's it. Yeah. And here's one of the odder stories about the riots. This is true. Madonna's bra was stolen from Fredericks of Hollywood. I'm not making that up. One of the famous bras she uses in her stage show, still missing. Big reward being offered for it, but police fear it may have already been broken up and sold for scrap metal. Yeah. But one positive sign, the looters are continuing to return things that were taken during the riots, which is good. I think that's nice. In fact, today, Kentucky Fried Chicken announced someone had returned 5 of the 11 secret herbs and spices, so I think that's good. Yeah, it's nice to see. You know, I'll tell you one thing. A lot of the looters who stole stuff from Sears are starting to regret it, boy. No, it's not that they're afraid the police are catching up with them. It's just that Sears keeps calling them day and night trying to sell them those stupid extended warranties. You know? And of course, you know, boy, there's been a lot of finger pointing over who's to blame for the riots, you know. Bush said it's the fault of the Democrats and all their social policies from the 60s. Clinton said it's the Republicans' fault. Today, Police Chief Dal Gates says that he knows whose fault it is. He said it's the fault of the Japanese. He said if they hadn't invented that stupid camcorder, none of this would have happened. Now here's an interesting item. Medical researchers at the University of California have developed a new heart attack resuscitation device that uses a common toilet plunger. I'm not making it up. It's in the paper today. It uses a toilet plunger to resuscitate people that have had a heart attack. That's great, huh? As if doctors aren't expensive enough. Now I gotta call a plumber, too? And last but not least, in Texas, it turns out those bees that stung the man to death, you read about that? They were not killer bees after all. They weren't killer bees. Turns out they were just ordinary honeybees that were really upset over the Rodney King verdict. Yeah. Anyway, we have a good show. Billy Crystal is here. The music of Shanice. And Robert Krulwich, economist Robert Krulwich. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now before we get on with the show, I'd like to take this moment to tell you all about a special cause that we here at The Tonight Show hold near and dear to our hearts. Please take a look at the monitors right here.
This is Leona. Leona lives in a cold, dark room, 6 by 8, with no windows, no hot water, and worst of all, no room service. However, there is hope thanks to Feed the Felons. I'm Ed Hall. Did you know that for as little as $271 a day, you can provide Leona with the bare essentials she needs to live? Things like hors d'oeuvres, maid service, and those little mints for her pillow at night. And Leona's not alone in her suffering. There are many more. People like Jim, Charlie, and little Manuel. All part of the fastest growing group of underprivileged people in America, the needy greedy. With your sponsorship, each month you'll receive an update on your felons' progress, including their appeals, parole reviews, and a special calendar marking their release date. And twice a year, you'll receive a personal letter from your felon containing a keepsake made especially for you. To help you help, send your money to Feed the Felons, Beverly Hills, California, 90210. After all, if we can get them to like prison, who knows? Maybe they'll stay there.
Welcome back. You know, please give generously. You know, when you're putting a show like this together, obviously music is a very important part of it. And when we went looking for a musical director, I had one name at the top of my list. Now, I'm not kidding. This was my first choice. And you say to yourself, boy, whenever you can get your first choice, that's the way to go. He's on the road more than I am. I tracked him down through a bunch of different places. I finally got him. We talked on the phone one night for about 9 hours and realized he's the best man for the job. From Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, Branford Marsalis, and the Tonight Show Band. You know, he was doing a gig in some little backwater place, and I caught you right at the right time. Remember, I said, you didn't want this gig at first. Remember you said that?
Yeah, I said no. I said thank you, but no.
No?
And I went back to the guys in the group, and I said, funny thing happened. Jay Leno called and said, we want us to be the band in Tonight Show. He said, what'd you say? I said, I told him no. And he said, are you crazy? Tell him yes. Call him back and tell him yes. I called him back, called you back, said yeah.
Yeah, well, this is good. When I told you could do the kind of music you want to do, sounds good to me.
That was it.
And we should explain. People get asking, this is not a bell-tone miracle ear in the side of your head, is there? That's what what we use to communicate with the guys.
What? What did he say? What did he say? No, it's basically I have to be in communication with the booth for those of you who don't know. So while we're playing the music, and it's like you hear lovely things like 15 seconds, 5 seconds, stop, shut up, don't play. So that's what this is.
Well, explain. Introduce us to the band.
Okay. What? 15 seconds? Oh, okay. So I'm going to introduce the band.
Okay.
From El Paso, Texas, Mr. Sal Marquez.
Sal Marquez.
Trumpet.
Kind of the Hispanic Jay Leno looking guy.
Yeah. And on the trombone, from Livermore, California, Matt Fenders.
Now, Matt has something he wants to show us. Matt! Now, you said you had a surprise for me. What do you got?
My daughter made this.
Oh,
That's great.
Is that supposed to be me?
That's you.
Very talented young woman you have there. Good. All right.
And on the bass from Detroit, Michigan, Mr. Robert Hurst III.
Robert Hurst III. Now, you see, apparently, he was our third choice. First and second were not available, sad.
On the drums from Pittsburgh, PA, Mr. Jeff Tane Watts.
Yes. We picked him right off Liberty Avenue for this job, didn't we?
Near the Big O, right?
People know, yeah, near the Big O.
And from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Mr. Kevin Eubanks.
Kevin Eubanks. A lot of people I know Kevin is the son of Bob Eubanks from the dating game, right?
They look a lot alike to me. Yeah. And on the piano from Brooklyn, New York, Mr.
Oh, I heard of that, yeah.
Kirkland.
Kenny Kirkland, yeah. And of course,
last and certainly not least.
and our most attractive band member.
Absolutely. From San Francisco, California, Vicki Randall.
Yeah. Branford, welcome aboard.
Good to be here again.
Be right back right after this. Branford Marcel.
The Tonight Show will return with our first guest, Billy Crystal.
Here's a story worth repeating. Bill buys a Honda.
Thank you, Henry. Come on, Duke.
Bye, Bill.
Now, over the years, Bill drives and drives
Hey, look, horses, Duke.
and drives his Honda. Then, when it's time, Bill trades his Honda
Well, thanks again, Bill.
Thank you, Henry.
for another Honda. Honda, #1 in owner loyalty. Again.
Dear Ralphs, I am a single mother supporting a 19-year-old daughter and have always taught her the importance of budgeting. From a young age, she learned to match our existing coupons with my shopping list. Thanks to Ralph's double coupon savings, I've been able to financially afford to do more for my daughter and provide her a few of the luxuries young adults desire. Pamela McDougall.
Everything you need every time you shop.
The Corlick sisters on Denny's low-priced value menu.
What are you doing? Changing dollars for pennies so I can get a new base hit meal at our favorite restaurant. What? Well, you said we could eat there for just pennies. So I didn't have any.
I meant that the new base hit meals start at just $1.99.
Then $2 worth should be enough.
$7.98.99, $2.
Rose, are you hungry?
A little.
Oh, then let me have 200 more and we'll both eat at Lenny's.
Denny's.
Try Denny's new base hit value menu, now as low as $1.99 for a delicious sit-down meal.
Coming to you live. You're seeing this right now as it happens. We're not on tape. It's live, live, live. And I can't think of a better way to kick off the show than with my first guest. Boy, he's an old friend of mine. Popular actor, terrific comedian, and his new movie, Mr. Saturday Night, opens later this year. Please welcome Billy Crystal. Comics can't leave well enough alone.
Is this the 60s?
Yeah.
It's weird. I saw Ed McMahon on the corner with a sign that said, "We'll announce for food." Oh. What the hell's going on here, man?
Only me. Thank you very much.
Something's going nuts. I have to tell you something, Jay.
Yes, what is it now?
No, I mean this. You know, we go back a long time.
A long time?
20 years, and...
So emotional.
No, I'm moved because... the build-up for this, you know, has been tremendous, and I just want to say, I'm going to miss you. It's just, you know, I felt so bad about this that, you know...
What do you have there?
Well, it's a little thing. Last week, you know...
Why do I think I should go to commercial right now?
No.
What is this? What
Stay with me. Last week, I saw Bette Midler sing this song, too. You know, we know each other a long time, so just trust me. I was so inspired by what...
What are you gonna sing?
No, I mean, I was so inspired by what she did that I decided to rip it off. And Bet, if you're watching, Jay, this is for you. This is for after 20 years.
Oh, I see. Right here.
Dear Mr. Leno, I am writing this to you, and I hope that you will read it so you'll know.
You're gonna get me in trouble. Go ahead.
My heart beats like a hammer, and I stutter and I stammer, 'cause you're now the new host of The Tonight Show. I guess I'm just another fan of yours, and I thought I'd write to tell you so. You made me first guest. I didn't want to do it. My agent really blew it. I like your set, but that picture of the sea now, it makes me want to pee now. The movie I just made don't come out till fall. Why am I here? I've nothing to plug at all. Jay, your competition is growing, as you know now. My mother has a show now. If my son is out there, call me. We'll be right back. This night is like a test, and though it's crass, you will kick Arsenio's ass. Your jokes are just as funny. Hope G is paying you half of Johnny's money. I'm proud to be your first guest. Oh, Jay, I'm proud to be your first guest. Mark Shaman on the piano who wrote those lyrics with me.
Very good. Very, very inspiring. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Beth.
Hey, this is great.
It is great. That's the great thing about live. They can't edit any of it out.
No.
Now, let me ask you something. Now, you...
What are you yelling at me for?
No, I'm not yelling. You're just a lot of music.
You got the job.
You know, you're acting like your co-star, Jack Palance. He was on here with you.
Jack.
Now, he's crazy. He's a crazy man.
You think? I think Jack could use a little decaf. Yeah, I think. First of all, he was the greatest guy to work with.
Oh, he's a nice guy. I mean, we're teasing, but he is fun.
No, we're not. He's a wild man. He's a great guy. We had a wonderful time making City Slickers, and he was, you know, he's a presence. You know, he's a phantom. I don't know what he is, but he's a great actor, and I learned a lot from him. Every day. Would you just calm down? Stuff like that. That would help. And then he went a little ballistic on the Oscars, you know, which was. But you know, it was great. You know,
great to see.
I was so happy that he won. The first movie I ever saw was Shane.
Is that right?
Yeah, and then I loved him in that, and then got a chance to work with him, and I actually created the part of Curly in City Slickers for him.
No, that's got to be neat to see
it was
somebody that you've always admired and put him in a movie like that.
And then he shows up on time, and he works so hard, and then we pulled that little calf out together, and then he wins an Oscar, and I don't even get a goddamn nomination.
Hey,
I tell you, it's wild. No, he's a terrific guy.
Huh? Yeah.
Terrific man, and
Can I have the mail come directly for you?
Absolutely.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back with Billy Crystal right after this.
More with Billy Crystal after this.
What would happen if Kraft took the great taste of ranch some Parmesan and Romano cheese, a touch of garlic, and mixed it all together? We call it New Kraft Caesar Ranch. You'll call it delicious. New Caesar Ranch, only from Kraft, America's house dressing.
Things are different. The new Pontiac Grand Am Sports Sedan proves it. Things are better because its new overhead cam engine gives you more than outstanding power. It gives you better mileage than Accord or Camry for a whole lot less. In fact, Consumers Digest named Grand Am a Best Buy. Pontiac Grand Am, a new kind of driving excitement.
Sure. Unsure. Sure. Unsure. Sure Solid has the most effective wetness fighting ingredient you can buy. So when dryness counts, be sure to be dry.
The power of gold is the power to clean. New Eureka Power Line. 8 big amps. Attachments on board. To clean anywhere. Traps the dirt. Keeps it here. New Power Line from Eureka.
There are too many people to suit me.
If you knew Arizona.
Too many people.
If you knew Arizona.
Too many people.
If you knew Arizona.
Arizona. If you knew it, you'd do it.
Welcome back.
Since I'm the first guest, can I be the first one on the show to say, what a band? You know, Branford and I were in a movie together. Branford was in Throw Mama from the Train.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it was on today.
It was on today?
Well, you know, now you
What
guys
flight?
are... It was, what flight? I've been in movies that had their premieres on planes.
Oh, that's
you know.
the worst.
Yeah.
Don't you hate that when you see, you know,
People walking out, you
I
know,
saw
that's
City Slickers. Well, I saw City Slickers on a plane about 3 times, and in the middle of the movie, there's Dallas down below there, and oh, that must drive you crazy.
It's terrible, you know. You work so hard to put little moments into pictures, and then you hear that stuff. Just big moment in City Slickers. You hear, well, the person who ordered the kosher meal, please raise your hand.
You know, let me ask you something. There was a story I heard attributed to you about Red Fox. Now, is this? I've heard a million different versions of this. Tell me the definitive.
Yeah, this actually happened to me, and Red was one of the funniest men who I've ever met in my life. This happened to me in 1977. It was my first time I've ever played Vegas. So I'm there with Helen Reddy, and I meet Red in the afternoon at a prize fight. And he said to me, why don't you come and see my show tonight? It's at 3 o'clock in the morning. Come and see it. It's at the Frontier, four-wall the place, which means whatever they make, he makes.
Right. He sells it.
He sells the whole thing. It's his show. He said, be my guest. Bring whoever you want.
3:30 in the morning?
3:30 in the morning. So I said, great. So I had 2 friends in, and Janice and I and our 2 friends go over to the box office at 3:30. Took a nap before you go to see Red. Right. And I go to box office, and I go, hi, I'm Miss Crystal, and we're Red's guests. Red has no guests. Well, I just was with him all day today. He said, well, Red has no guests. I said, but Red has no guests. Go in, take care of it. They sit down. There's 12 people. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Waiter comes over. I said, hi, before we order, I want you to know Mr. Fox's guest. He goes, Red has no guests. I said, I was with him today. Yeah, everybody was with Red today. He has no guests. I said, well, is he here? Because I'd like... No, he don't come till the show is on. He said, he comes when the show starts. Yeah, you'll see. There's 12 people there. So now the show starts, and I'm getting a little nervous, and the show starts with a magician and his assistant. They do a thing, and then there's some topless dancing going on, and there's now 9 people in the audience. You hear a car pull up. Door opens, bum, bum, bum. The dance is finished. The announcer goes, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Red Fox. Big band. Ba-ba-ba-da.
Oh, the theme, yeah.
Red walks out, sees 9 people. He starts a tirade. He gets so upset at the people who came. 7 people, 6 people. It's only 8 minutes into the thing. He says some stuff I was ashamed of, and I grew up in New York.
Right.
From the bottom of my heart, he screams the worst you could scream, throws the microphone down, and walks off after 7 minutes, and the band goes, ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-da. 7 minutes. You hear the car pull away, and the waiter comes over and goes, 185.50. Red has no guests. That's a true story. It's the greatest. I told John Bonner the story, and John was doing soap at the time, which I was doing, and I called him up. I said, John, you can't believe the story. So now whenever John and I see each other, we never say anything except ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Let me ask you about the movie now. Mr. Saturday Night, you play the comic.
His name is Buddy Young Jr., yeah, and it's my directorial debut.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I directed this movie, and
you work with Jerry Lewis, right?
And thank you. And in it, for a lot of the movie, I play a 73-year-old comic.
Right.
And one day, for one day only, I had a chance to work with Jerry Lewis. Mm-hmm. Jerry and he plays himself, and I'm at lunch at the Friars Club in New York, having lunch, and Jerry stops by, just a brief little cameo, and we insult each other for about a minute in the script. And you know, when you direct something, you know, you make a movie, you shoot the same scene from many different angles, but the performance has to be the same. So when you edit it, the words all fit, so it becomes one scene. So I had one line to Jerry as he left, which was, "Where you going? France?" Right? And Jerry, 5 takes, gave me these moments, and these are outtakes from Mr. Saturday Night. Yeah, this is not in the movie. This is how much fun I had with Jerry Lewis.
Now we have our monitor. Now let me explain to you. This is a monitor that we made ourselves using the, you know, 57 Ford retractable? We used the hydraulic pump from that. We built this in micro. You'll be very happy. Can we have some monitor raising music, you guys? Let's take a look.
So this is, I've said to Jerry Lewis, where you going, France? Where you going, France?
Oh, I didn't think of it, but I'm glad you said it. France, yes, I'm going to ski over. Whoa, I didn't think of it, but since you mentioned it, France, yes, I can't wait. Ooh la la and all the dirty. France, I didn't think so, but yeah, you mentioned it. Oh, no, I can't wait to go. Fly me to the highest mountains. Why, I didn't think of it, but yeah, since you said France, I'm gonna get my sled.
That comes out in the fall.
September 23rd, and I know I'll be back and
You'll be back,
to show
you
you.
plug it
And
again.
I just want to tell you how glad I am that you're doing this.
Good, thanks, pal.
Great.
Thanks for coming on. Be right back right after this. Billy Crystal.
Next, the music of Shanice. Popular Mechanics gave it the 1992 Design and Engineering Award. Popular Science gave it the Best of What's New Award. Yet it's not mechanical. It's not electronic. It's a tire. Goodyear AquaTread. The all-season radial with a major difference. Aqua Channel, the advanced deep groove design that channels water away as you drive. AquaTread, only from Goodyear. Another reason we say the best tires in the world have Goodyear written all over them.
Beer drinkers across America are discovering that the lunch hour now begins at 12 o'clock sharps. Miller Sharps. Brewed like a beer, but without all the alcohol. Imagine that. The crisp, refreshing taste of beer anytime, including chow time.
Okay, on the left. That's it. Smile. You're all related now. I know it's scary.
Aren't you glad you used dial?
Hold it. Oh, no, don't go anywhere.
Don't you wish everybody did?
Take the picture.
Why put up with glasses that just don't fit? LensCrafters has so many ways to fit your snug points, like snug fit hinges that flex to keep their gentle fit. LensCrafters better fit for greater comfort in about an hour.
Here's a story worth repeating. Bill buys a Honda.
Thank you, Henry. Come on, Duke.
Bye, Bill.
Over the years, Bill drives.
Hey, look, horses, Duke.
And drives his Honda. Then, when it's time...
Well, thanks again, Bill.
Thank you, Henry.
Bill trades his Honda for another Honda. Number one in owner loyalty. Again.
Once you taste new Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Nuggets, you'll forget about post-grape nuts.
Hey, this tastes better than, you know.
Oh, yeah, better than our old nuggets.
Right, it's much better than, oh, what's its name?
Tastes so much better. People prefer new Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Nuggets by 2 to 1. 2 to 1.
What were we talking about?
We were talking?
New Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Nuggets. The taste will make you forget your old nuggets.
How hot is tonight's show? You'll just have to ask Mayor Sonny Bono, or maybe Emmylou Harris. No, ask the science guy. He knows. Tonight. Stay up later with Bob Costas and laugh a little, or a lot, with Sinbad.
I could not write a joke. I can do a story.
Tonight.
Every sports sedan is supposed to do well in the fast lane. But what about these lanes? At Lexus, we've achieved extremely tight tolerances between all major body panels. So not only does the ES300 look like it's put together well, it actually is put together well.
He voiced the anti-war anguish of a generation in his speech at Harvard Law. Congressman Mel Levine, Democrat for U.S. Senate, a career devoted to protecting our environment, a foreign policy expert, the only Democrat running for U.S. Senate to vote for Operation Desert Storm. And this congressman wrote no bad checks on the Congressional Bank. Wisdom, courage, one of a kind. Democrat for U.S. Senate, Mel Levine.
Are there some cancers you shouldn't treat? Tomorrow at 4.
Welcome back to tonight's show. We are coming to you live on the success of my next guest's current album. Inner Child has made her an international sensation. The first single, I Love Your Smile, has hit the top 10 in a dozen countries and went #1 right here in the old USA. Please welcome Shanice.
state of depression. And then the thunder clouds of doubt moves in. I begin to wonder, do you still love me? But after that, my whole world is beautiful.
I can't walk upstairs and talk. I know I can sing and jump around. Now, the most amazing to me, you have to tell me, I didn't believe this. When did you graduate high school?
91.
91?
I'm 19 years old. I just turned 19 on May 14th, actually.
That's unbelievable. Yeah. Well, that's terrific. This is just great. Congratulations. The album is Shanice. You got to sign this for me.
Sure.
Okay, be right back right after this. Shanice.
Coming up, economics correspondent Robert Krulwich.
Every Monday, there's a heat wave. Every Tuesday, it snows. And the rest of the week doesn't get any better. Testing the reliability of Trane air conditioners takes 16 miserable weeks. But when it's helping to make them some of the most durable air conditioners on Earth, you don't mind the sudden changes in weather. Designed, tested, and manufactured to last. It's hard to stop a Trane.
It's wet and it's wonderful, and it's the wave everyone wants to ride. It's clear and it's clean, and you'll know it the moment it touches your lips. It's pure, cool Nestea iced tea. It's what you've been thirsting for from the very beginning. Nestea, taste the plunge.
What happens when you pack this much juicy, bursting flavor in carefree, sugarless bubblegum? It sets you free.
You know, the opera's like a noose. I wanna get a little loose. You know, Carefree's got the juice to shake my big caboose.
The juicy, bursting flavor of Carefree. Let it set you free.
Get down!
Dave, line 2.
Hello? Oh, sorry, I sold my Honda last night. Hello? Oh, you're a little late. Thanks anyway. No, you can't buy the one I just got. But I'll give you the name of my dealer.
With one of the highest resale values in its class, the Honda Accord is a good place to put your money.
A dozen different people called today for the car.
Just ask anyone who owns one.
I could have sold that car 10 times.
Dave, line 2.
Welcome back. All righty. My next guest has a very important job. As the economics reporter for CBS, his job is to explain to us why the economy is in such bad shape here. So let's meet Robert Krulwich. All righty. Now, as a reporter, you cover Congress, right? And all that type
I
of
do
thing?
occasionally cover
You can
Congress.
explain what's new there? What's the big thing in Congress now? When they...
This week, Congress will be considering a bill which, for the very first time, would punish a company that paid its bosses or any employee more than $1 million. Which it's not that Congress is against the idea of having somebody make more than $1 million. It's just that the whole business of paying bosses has become completely irrational,
Right.
which I actually could be very happy to describe to you.
You have a
using
graph?
A very simple graph, knowing that the budget of this show is not quite what it was, say, 4 days ago.
Right. Yeah, it'd be a shame if we couldn't put a guest up in a hotel for the night.
CBS paid for my trip here to Los Angeles, and so I thought that they would do that. Anyway,
They'll have to pay for it back, too. But go ahead, yeah. No, explain your graph. This
is a line which comes from the Simpson Company in New Jersey. These are very, very highly paid executive compensation consultants.
All right.
They describe in this line basically the profits of American corporations over the last 10 years.
Oh, sure.
If you look at the line very closely, you will see that there have been no major improvement in profits. In fact, during the recession here, profits have gone down.
Profits down here.
All right, now you hold on to the profits, Jay.
Okay.
In the second part of the graph, the yellow part, we will show executive compensation. Now, bosses, after all, are paid to create profits.
Right.
If they'd been up like, if they'd been up like this, the bosses should deserve a lot of money.
That would
if
be
they're
more
down
dough.
like here, they should some. But look where they are.
Ooh, way down here
Way
now.
down here. Well, not so far down. Right.
Look, when you lower, you're going to give me a hernia with this thing.
All right. Here is executive pay over the last 10 years from the Simpson Company in New Jersey. This changes here. Like this, we're going to go like this.
Now, not being an economist, I would guess it's gone way up.
Yeah, it's gone way up. Way up. Look at this. This is a kind of a shock. This is what the businessmen are making, which is diddly. This is what the businessmen are earning. Something is wrong with this picture, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right. So that's the situation that Congress is there.
But why is that? Why are they making so much money if they're not... How can they pay them that if there's no profit coming in?
Good question. And you go to the top of the line. Last year, 1991, you know how much the #1 businessman got paid? This is a guy who worked at Heinz, so he makes tomato ketchup. He's a very good businessman.
Oh, this guy
yeah. Also, tuna. He does tuna fish.
Right. How much did he make last year? What?
$75 million.
$75 million?
Now, that represents some long-term pay. The guy is a very good salesman of 9 Lives cat food also.
75, that's a lot of dough.
All right, so you just want to make it a sum you can kind of understand. Let's assume the man takes 3 weeks of vacation, okay?
Right.
Works 10-hour days. Give him that.
Okay.
I've written it on my hand here. He makes every day $310,293.38. Every hour, read the hour number.
31,000.
29.34. Good. Yeah.
31,000 an hour?
An hour, which means that he could come to work on the first day of work in 1 hour. First day of work of the year, he will earn more money than most Americans earn in a year. Give him 2 hours, he's in the top 5% of income earners. After lunch, he's in the first percentile.
But then you could never afford to take a day off.
On the other hand,
much dough you lose?
Or you could lie down for quite a long time.
Why is
now,
that?
the question becomes, like, how do they get away with this, right?
Mm.
There is basic system that's been in place for about 25 years, which is only now just breaking down. I'd like to demonstrate it for you, if I may, using all 3 of you, if I could.
All right.
This represents a picture of a chairman, any chairman of any company. Okay?
Okay.
Billy, just start with you. All right.
Okay. That's...
Now, before you do anything with it,
Nobody told me about this.
What do I do? All right, now I'm going to keep it down on your knees. Okay? All 3 of you guys are best friends.
Okay.
All 3 of you guys are chief executives of companies.
Okay.
All right?
Okay,
Let's have an annual meeting. You're all on each other's boards. I'm your compensation specialist. Go ahead, get in the picture.
A quick annual meeting.
Here, right? Quick question. How much do you think this guy's an average executive or above average executive?
He's above average.
Above average. Did he get average pay or above average pay?
Above average pay.
All right. I've just done a survey of all your salaries. Average salary is about $1 million. You say above average. Let's give him. You vote for $1.5 million for this man?
$1.5 million.
Also, I do. All right. Shanice, take the chairman thing. All right. You two are now on her board. All right. I've just done a new survey. All right? Shanice. Shanice Wilson, all right? You think she's an average executive or an above average executive?
Above average.
Deserve average pay or above average?
Above average.
I have just recomputed the averages. Factoring in Billy's new salary, I've now discovered that the new average is $1.25 million. How about $2 million for
Let's make it $2 million.
And away we go to you.
Away we go to me.
See, you understand what's happening here. All right, you two are now on her board. You are best friends with the man. Is he an average executive or above average executive?
So what you're saying
average
is-
pay or above average pay?
Above
Take
average.
$3 million for the man? $3 million? And see, it goes like this. It's a sort
So
of...
these guys are
totally-
all friends and they vote each other pay raises.
And until this year, the system has been completely closed and completely self-referenced. Yeah.
Do they do that with this frame?
At this frame. 45 annual meetings.
Shocking. Shocking.
It's
Well,
breaking down, though. It's
it was
breaking
breaking down, and I'm certainly, that cleared it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back right after this. Okay.
We'll be back with more of Shanice.
Wilt Chamberlain, the greatest basketball player in history, is testing the new Easy Spirit dress shoe for men. The one with the hidden sneaker inside.
Looks like a dress shoe, feels like a sneaker.
Wilt is doing his famous dipper dunk, only now he's doing it in Easy Spirit dress shoes.
There really is a sneaker in these shoes.
Easy Spirit is bringing the fans to their feet.
A night for Excedrin PM.
This day won't go away.
My allowance.
Your vacation?
Canceled.
The check bounced.
I can't sleep and my head aches.
You want Excedrin PM, strong aspirin-free headache medicine you can feel good about, plus a gentle ingredient to help you sleep.
Mother is staying indefinitely.
Make a bad day go away with Excedrin PM, and rest assured it's aspirin-free.
Fresh, pure, and natural. The only beer with the genuine taste of the king of beers, Budweiser.
If you've looked at the high prices of luxury sports sedans, you're no doubt thinking maybe I should lower my expectations. Well, considering the Nissan Maxima SE has more power than a BMW 525i and more room than a Mercedes-Benz 300e, yet you pay thousands less than either of them, maybe you should keep your expectations high and just lower your payments. See your Nissan dealer for details, because right now you can lease a Maxima for as little as $279 a month.
Once again, from her hit album, Inner Child, which has been signed personally to me, Shanice.
Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful, and loving you is all I wanna do. Loving you is more than just a dream come true, and every time we kiss, ooh, I'm so in love with you. No one else can make me feel the colors that you bring.
Just great.
Thanks.
Ooh, and so cute, too.
Thanks.
She's cute and a good singer. Right back right after this. Great, great.
The Tonight Show with Jay Leno will be right back.
When you need a smog check, all you want to do is pass, right? So pass with Smog Pros from Arco, where more people come to get and to pass their smog check than at any other smog check specialist. We have the state-authorized training and equipment to make sure you pass and get your license plates renewed quickly and for only $19.95. And if you don't pass, you don't pay. That's our official guarantee.
Great.
So pass where the pros make it easy. Pass with Smog Pros.
We deliver, we deliver. Les servimos, les servimos. A votre service, a votre service.
Express Mail International from the Post Office delivers to over 130 beautiful places around the world. But the most beautiful thing about us is this.
We are postal service. お届けします。
He worked hard to put himself through school so he knows the value of education. As governor, Bill Clinton has spent a decade reforming some of the worst schools in the country. Against stiff opposition from special interests, he was the first governor who stood firm on teacher testing, fought for sex education and health clinics in schools, required kids to stay in school or lose their driver's licenses. Today, graduation rates are up, class sizes are smaller, and students are learning more. A real education president with a real plan. Read it for yourself.
Many import car owners are ready to buy American again, and the right American car is here, the 92 Grand Am. Compared to Toyota Camry, Grand Am has a longer wheelbase, better fuel economy around town, and standard anti-lock brakes. And guess what? Besides all that, the Pontiac Grand Am is base priced over $2,100 less than Camry. See for yourself why over 1 million people have chosen Pontiac Grand Am, the right American car, at your Southern California Pontiac dealer.
Thanks, folks. I want to thank my guest, Shanice. This is her album, Inner Child. Boy, just terrific. Beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Robert Krulwich, thank you very much for that explanation. And Billy Crystal, my good friend, thank you. And the movie is Mr. Saturday Night. Tomorrow night, Tom Cruise will be here. We'll have Simply Red, and from Sister Act, Kathy to Jimmy, and of course, Bradford Marsalis. Thanks, everybody.